Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, what exactly is your car trying to tell you with a P0420 code? Ina nutsa. It means the brain of your car, the engine control module, or EC, has detected that your catalytic converter isn't working as efficiently as it should be. The catalytic converter is a crucial part of your exhaust system. Think of it as a little chemical plant that takes the harmful gases produced by your engine, like carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides, converts them into much less harmful substances, like carbon dioxide and water vapor. It's essential for passing emissions tests and for protecting the environment. To monitor this process, your car uses two oxygen sensors, or O2 sensors. Let's talk about where to find these parts. The catalytic converter itself is located in your exhaust system, usually just after the exhaust manifold. It looks like a small muffler. Now, for the sensors, there's an upstream O2 sensor, located before the catalytic converter, and a downstream O2 sensor, located after it. These two sensors are the key to diagnosing a P0420 code. The upstream sensor measures the amount of oxygen in the exhaust gas coming directly from the engine. Its readings should fluctuate rapidly. The downstream sensor measures the oxygen content after the gases have passed through the converter. So how does the car know the converter is failing? It's all about comparing the signals from these two O2 sensors. The ECM expects to see a very active, rapidly changing voltage signal from the upstream O2 sensor. This indicates the normal fluctuations in the air-fuel mixture. After the exhaust gases pass through a properly functioning catalytic converter, the chemical reaction should stabilize the oxygen levels. This means the downstream O2 sensor should show a much steadier, flatter voltage signal. If the converter is old or failing, it's not doing its job of cleaning the exhaust. As a result, the downstream sensor's readings will start to look a lot like the upstream sensors, readings fluctuating up and down. When the ECM sees this similarity in the sensor signals, it concludes that the catalyst efficiency is below the threshold and triggers the P0420 code and your check engine light. Now, let's get into the diagnosis. Because it's not always the catalytic converter itself. That's the problem. The most common cause, yes, is an aging or degraded catalytic converter that simply needs to be replaced. They do wear out over time. However, a faulty downstream O2 sensor can also be the culprit. If the sensor is sending incorrect readings, it can fool the ECM into thinking the converter is bad when it's actually fine. Another common issue is an exhaust leak. Any leak between the upstream and downstream sensors can allow extra oxygen to enter the exhaust pipe, which will throw off the downstream O2 sensors' readings and trigger the code. Less common causes could be engine misfires or issues with the fuel system that can damage the converter over time by sending unburned fuel into it. So, how do you pinpoint the actual problem? You'll need an OBD to scanner that can read live data. Plug it in and look at the voltage readings for the bank 1. Sensor 1, that's your upstream sensor end. Bank 1, sensor 2, your downstream sensor. With the engine running and warmed up, watch the graphs. The upstream sensor's graph should be a wave, moving quickly between about 0.1 and 0.9 volts. The downstream sensor's graph should be a much straighter, more stable line, ideally holding steady around 0.6 to 0.8 volts. If your downstream sensor's graph is mirroring the upstream sensor's wave pattern, it's a strong indication that your catalytic converter has failed. If the downstream sensor is stuck at a certain voltage or not responding at all, the sensor itself is likely the problem. Before you buy any parts, always do a thorough visual inspection of your exhaust system for any signs of cracks, holes, or loose gaskets that could be causing a leak. A little bit of soapy water sprayed on the joints can help you spot leaks by looking for bubbles. When it comes to the fix, it depends on your diagnosis. If you've confirmed the converter is bad, the only real solution is to replace it. This can be a pricey job, so be prepared. If you found an exhaust leak, you will need to repair it by welding the crack or replacing the faulty gasket or section of pipe. And if your diagnosis points to a bad downstream O2 sensor, that's a relatively easy and inexpensive part to replace yourself. Just make sure to get the right one for your specific Toyota model. After you've completed the repair, clear the code with your scanner and take the car for a drive cycle to ensure the check engine light doesn't come back on. And that's a comprehensive look at the P0420 code. It can seem intimidating, but with the right tools and a systematic approach, you can figure it out. Hopefully, this guide helps you tackle that check engine light with confidence. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more car repair guides and tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.